Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the Wargaming Guy, and I'm having to re-record the audio on this because for some reason OBS didn't record it, and the reason of course was I didn't have it set properly. So it's kind of late. I was actually planning on being in bed by now, but, well, not quite by now. But hey, instead I'm giving you a brief overview of where we've been. You can see my recon unit there is actually in pretty good shape. I'm a little surprised about that. Since I'm up late, I've decided to give myself a little snack here. So I'm going to be eating some popcorn and drinking some sun tea while I try and talk. So you might as well get yourself something to snack on because this is probably going to be the most annoying video ever. But what can I say? Moving the Italians around, trying to capture as many oil fields as possible. I mean, that's part of the benefit of being in the Middle East, right? And, of course, they're worth a lot. They give me more MPPs, which is what we need. Because we are still, right now, at the point of not having enough units. Built up that Italian unit. Going to move him up. Because clearly, I need some help here. Because the Germans are in trouble because the Russians have cut us off. So they are wealthy enough in units to be able to do this, to be able to fight us on the German front, our eastern, their western front, and at the same time be able to put enough units down here to really give me some pause. All right, so we got to figure out how to take Tehran because we need to do that. So again, MPPs, that's what we want. Boom, we took it. So now, of course, my infantry unit, which I wanted to take Tehran, wouldn't do it. Can't do it with anything else, but I can do it with my armor and still swing around and break the encirclement. So that worked out really nicely. And can't really move too many units up, but I'll put my fighter bombers there. And Rommel, well, he's kind of poking along here, but that's about as fast as I can get him there. So I got to get him up there, get the supply situation properly. And I'm checking out, looking at the Russians. They're in pretty good shape, actually. I thought they might have a little bit of a low supply being that far south, but no, they're in pretty good shape. So now we got to figure out what to do here, and I'm pulling back. Hate to do that, but until I can get some more units up there, I do not want to get myself surrounded. That would be the worst. And here we are in Cyprus once again, facing the one sole remaining British unit in the Mediterranean, the garrison that would not die. Right there. Somebody out there can write a song about that. The garrison that would not die on Cyprus. There you go. Brits are good at making valiant last stands, and this guy's doing pretty well. So, got to figure that out. Meanwhile, I'm thinking of taking my sub maybe through the Gibraltar Straits and they're out because I don't think we have any British Royal Navy units left in the Med. At least if they're there, I can't find them. So, now I'm looking around because what I want to do is find some more Italian units to either send to Iran in the Caucasus or maybe the Eastern Front because things are getting kind of tight there, but there are none. And Turkey, of course, is doing nothing. We want them to come join us, but so far they're not. So, got to take a look at purchasing some units. So I'm going to build myself another armored unit, which I can really use in the Middle East or on the Eastern Front, but I'll probably send it to the Middle East. If Turkey will just join, then I can just rail everything over there. It would make it so much easier. But I don't think that my ease of play has much to do with what the Turks want. So we'll have to wait and see what they want to do. Meanwhile, research looks pretty good. And I've got to spend some points here. I've got to build some units. And so we're going to take some mechanized units. The upside to the mech units, of course, is they're fast. The downside is they're a little brittle. Until they get a lot of experience and get built up, they're not Panzer units. You can't really use them that way. They don't stand up in combat as well as most armored units will. So you got to be careful with them. But they are very mobile, and they will fill holes in your line, which is what I'm looking at right here, right now. You can see the Russians. There's plenty of them. They're pressuring me. And my line is pretty darn thin. So I'm going to carefully reinforce my units because I don't have a lot of MPPs, and I don't want to reinforce them too high and lose too much of their battle efficiency, their experience. But some of these guys, it's just got to happen. So I decided I'm going to pull back here as well, just to shorten the line up a little bit. So throw some infantry into Brest-Litovsk because I can't lose that. That is such a strong position. Pull that mech unit back, hopefully, away from the Russians long enough to reinforce him. And just kind of get the line a little straighter, a little shorter. That one infantry unit next to Brest-Litovsk, which is kind of still forward, I left it there because it does have the forest to protect it, hopefully. So probably next turn I'll pull that back. Trying to figure out what to do. What should I do? Then I thought, hey, the Spanish, they're our pals. They might want to send some people to fight. Haven't really used them. They're probably not very good, but they'll fill a hole. So I decided, hey, why don't I just operate this guy to the Eastern Front? Maybe put him down south, or maybe in the middle, or hard to decide. And I thought, maybe I should do something else. Let's see what I've decided. That's what I thought, yeah. I'm going to move him back a little bit, and then take this guy who's up to full strength and move him instead of the German, at least for right now. So we're going to stick him there. Hopefully slow down any exploitation of that hole in the line that the Russians do. Build up the engineer unit. And see what we can do down here with this mess in the mountains. That's one of my mistakes in this, was letting the Russians get into the mountains like this. It's just probably not really a very good idea. Oh, hey, I got an Italian unit. Yeah, let's charge him up there. Fill some of those gaps in. And look at this. Going to attack. He actually caused some losses. Now here's the amazing part. Boom! Look at that. Romanians wiped a unit out, getting some revenge for the units that they've lost in this war so far. Way to go, boys. And we're going to shorten the line there. So you can see this turns a lot of tidying up the line, as Montgomery would have said. Tidy up the line, oh boy, bean. And strengthen these guys. And hopefully replace them, or at least back them up pretty soon. But for right now, they're what I've got. So we'll just have to go with it. And I still want to reinforce that guy, and I can't. And that doesn't look too good either. So instead, we'll reinforce him. Come back around here. There's my heavy cruiser. Move him up here. Right now, the Allied navies seem really quiet. Maybe that's just because I can't see them. But they're not like sneaking around and bombarding me or anything. Pull this guy over here to get reinforced. Let's start moving him up to the line. And that U.S. unit, no way. But this guy, this brand new UK unit, I might be able to do him. But first, I want to shore up my flank. Reinforce him a little bit. Don't want to lose that position. Oh, the U.S. armor's too tough, so boom, let's take this guy on. Hit him pretty good. He's still there. That guy's not going anywhere. So, hey, why not bring my super-powered Panzer up there, because he got the elite reinforcements on him. Take a shot at him. Bam! Wiped him out. Now, I don't have enough units to fill that gap to get back to the outskirts of Manchester. And I don't want to, even if I did, because I think they'll just get hammered. But I might be able to set that up as a killing zone. And every time they drop a new unit in there, I can whack them until the weather clears up and I can get my air power to the point where maybe I can push and take Manchester and Liverpool. That would be a big help to get both Liverpool. That'd take another big old port away from them, which would be great. Give me another port, which would be great. But we'll see how that works out. Yes, we liberated Persia. Ta-da. And we had a research breakthrough, which is awesome. I think if these Persians are so happy I just liberated them from the Russians, how come I'm not getting some people that are all excited to go fight them? But sadly, no. I could probably build some. I don't do much building up of the Allies, at least until, excuse me, if and until the Germans are built out. If I get to the point where I really can't build any more German units, you know, except for the Italians, of course, who have their own MPPs, but I'd rather not spend my MPPs on building a Romanian corps if I can build a German corps instead, right? Because the German corps is going to be much, much better. And look at that. He's cut off in the Med, no Navy, no Air Force, no nothing, and he reinforces. How revolting. He really is the garrison that wouldn't die. At least not yet. But we have not given up, my friends. No, no. I want to take this. I don't really need to. I mean, there's no reason to, except it's there and it bothers me. So I guess in that sense, I'm kind of like Adolf Hitler with Stalingrad. It just annoyed him so much he had to have it. I probably should just pull that Italian corps out and send it to the Caucasus, which I may do if I can't take this thing. But I think another couple of turns, I might get it. And then that would make me happy. A symbolic victory. Not much to say at this point. Don't eat popcorn when you're recording, folks. It's not good. Kind of messes your throat up. People are either going to like this or you're really going to hate on me. So you can just put down in the comments whatever you feel. It's okay. I'm a big boy. I can take it. I actually can't quite believe I'm doing this. It's so unprofessional. But then again, I'm not a professional YouTuber because I'm not making any money off of this. No one's paying me. All right, now they're taking a crack at that unit. You notice the air power just kicked his butt. All of a sudden, the Russian air power is getting much stronger, which means, and yay, he retreated to get out of Dodge. That's good. But that means I got to start researching my aircraft even more, and that means, of course, once I hit new levels and I've got to equip all my units, it's just like an endless, it's just endless. No matter how much you try, boy, you just got to keep spending. It never ends. So in that sense, SC does, in a very abstract way, kind of let you know what it was like to try and make the economy of any warring nation work. Is that you've got all these competing demands. Everybody needs more of everything right now. Plus, you've got to support the research to develop the new weapons that you need and that you needed yesterday, And you never have enough to go around, at least rarely. See, that's what I was worried about right there. That's a little worrisome with only one anti-tank unit there. Come on, Turks, we need you. And so there is that kind of built-in level of frustration sometimes. It's like, geez, I don't want to spend all this money on research. I want to buy more units, but if I don't research, then I'm going to be behind the curve because everybody else is certainly researching. And so you have that tension between taking care of things now and taking care of, of planning for the future, of doing less now so you can do more later. So in that sense, it's very abstract, but it does give you that feel of competing priorities, both in terms of economics, your MPPs, how you spend them, diplomacy versus research versus buying new units, and, of course, allocation to the different fronts. How many guys do you send to the East Front if you're the Axis? If you're the Allies, how many guys do you send to the Med versus Northwest Europe? Do you send anybody to the Med? Maybe you just skip it. I have a tendency when I play this game from the Western Allied point of view to kind of skip it. If I'm starting early in the war, if I lose North Africa, I generally, you kind of don't go back. Now, if you win as the British in North Africa, then, but it just tends to be that way. So it's kind of interesting because you got to make some tough decisions. Maybe just let the Brits do the Med and you let the Americans do the Northwest Europe if you've got enough units, which you probably won't. And as usual, the AI dances its units around pretty well. And thank goodness that unit ran out of things when it pulled up there. It could have been bad. Now, this is interesting because the AI is very good at this. It pulls back, it goes forward. Like that. How does that work? You sent one unit down deep into the salient, and then you backed both of its buddies up so it has no one to support it, unless there's some units there I can't see. Oh, and look, another one out over there where I've got nobody to help, but some Turks would be just fill that gap so sweetly. I've got to convince the Turks to come into this. I need the Turks right now really badly. Actually, more than I need them. Their troops probably won't do that much, but I need that access so I don't have to mess around shipping units through the Med. I can just operate them straight from Germany and Italy all the way to Iran or up to the Caucasus if I push up to Stalingrad, wherever, That's what I really need. And they put another unit in there. And he attacked and didn't do so well. It's a rainy time in England, isn't it? Looks like it may be a bad winter. Which in England is exactly what I don't need. But it looks like I'm getting it, at least for now. All right. So now we'll get started and see what I can do. Yep, there's your destroyer. And some air power that I don't really care about. Any aircraft. And reinforcements, yes. Yep, was thinking I might be able to put some subs into England, but nope. So the Bay of Biscay will do. Where do I put my reinforcements? They go down to Romania? Do they go up here? What do we do? Where do we put them? Decided there. It's kind of centrally located. And there for no particular reason. When I came down here, look what I found. I forgot all about that core. So let's get him moving. Where to put him? Well, let's pull him up. And then we'll have some space for this guy, maybe. Or maybe I'll put him down here, which is what I did, I believe. Maybe I didn't. What did I do? I don't remember. No, that's right. I put him there to seal that off, at least temporarily. These guys will inch forward. This weather's not helping them get in supply. And there's the anti-aircraft. Yeah, time to spend some money. There you go, those competing priorities. But after the thrashing I got from those Russian air units, got to do it. I wonder what level they're at, the Russians. I need to find that out. All right, here we go. Kaboom. Oop, didn't want to see that happen. But what should I do? Boom. Didn't quite get all I wanted. Do the swapperoo. And bam, he's gone. So if I can keep getting them to feed units into that killing zone, maybe I can kill them faster than they can replace them, stretch them out a little bit, make it easier to take Manchester. And then I remembered my forgotten subs. I'm so terrible at forgetting naval units. Oh, there's another one. Let's send them out. Man, I hate to take that guy out of France, but I'm getting desperate. The big unknown is, will the AI send the U.S. troops only into England until they push us back, or if they push us back, or will they hit France? Because if they hit France while they're fighting us in England, that would be really bad. I'm going to have to get some forces in southern France to guard against that. Where they're coming from, I have no clue. But that's what we're going to have to do. Reinforce some guys. I got too many burned kernels in here. Well, I think that's all for the popcorn tonight, guys. Only 100 calories in all those little popcorns, according to the box. Excuse me. All right. Yeah, he needs to be reinforced bad. Wow. And these guys will check. I don't want them to get too low, but I don't want to reinforce them too much either. Not only for money purposes, but also just because I don't want them to lose too much of their edge. Now look at that guy. Look at that big, fat armored unit sitting there. How can we kill it? Trying to figure it out. And it's a heavy tank unit. Oh, wait. I have some fighter bombers. Let's use them. Watch what happens to them, kids. Kerblam. They took some very heavy casualties, but they hit that unit hard. Which reminded me, if I'd had some fighters to escort them, it might have been nice. So I upgraded them, and then I realized, oh, crud, there we go. So instead of upgrading, they don't need long distance right now, that they do need to be strong. So let's take him on and see what I can do. Boom, hit him. Not what I wanted. Let's see, what should I do? Decisions. Yep, that's a heavy tank unit. Makes me want it bad because they are expensive. They're hard to replace, even for the Russians. It's going to cost them. Boom! Nailed him, but ouch, I got hit. So that's good. Not going to advance because right now there's no point in advancing there. It just makes it easier for him to hurt me. So I'm going to reinforce. This guy definitely reinforce since the anti-tank units are not so hot. And go down the line again and kind of pick and choose what I want to do. I think I'll subtract a little from that. A little too much. Now, look at this. Could we get Laveau? Artillery. Didn't see that. Fires on my panzers. Shake it off. Boom. Hit him. Ooh, took a hit, though. Didn't want to do that. Here comes the arty again. Bam. Took another hit. Not what I wanted. We're getting close. Not close enough. Okay, what do? We're going to pull him back, pull him up. And here comes the artillery again. But, boom, nailed him. And now, oops, didn't want to put him there, but that's all right. Put him over there. Got the town back. So we stole a couple of MPPs from the Russians. Who knows how long we'll be able to hold it, but for now, I'm pretty happy with that, actually. So there you go. And we're going to check the research. And, don't have enough MPPs. But as soon as I get them next turn, as much as it pains me, I'm going to do it. Meanwhile, can I build a core? Does I need me some core? Oop. No, I can't. But I will without... He'll be a slow core, but he'll be a core. And if he's just sitting in a defensive line on the east front, what difference does it make? Here we go. Moving up. Rommel's limping along. Swing him out here. There we go. Now he's isolated, that Russian unit there. Of course, those Russian units up north could just come right back and attack me, but we'll see. So I'm tempted. Should I bring him down and attack? But if I do, can they run down and grab that town for me? I do not want to lose that town. So I'm going to bombard him. I've actually never bombarded with just artillery like that without a unit next to them. So that was kind of interesting. I'm still trying to decide, what do I do? I don't know. Let's get this guy moving. Get the HQ moving. Let's move, boys, move. Get the armor up. And he's going to grab some more oil wells for me. And, all right, let's bring him up and see what we got. I decide, should I advance? What should I do? I decided to take a risk and advance. We'll see if I regret that next turn. I don't think they can get there. But I've thought that before, and I've been really wrong, so don't take that to the bank or anything. All right, now we're going to take another shot at the garrison that wouldn't die. They didn't do so much. All right, let's hit him again. Ooh, took a hit. That's bad. Let's get them guy to port. Let's send our kind of not-so-great bombers. Oh, they can't bomb because it's raining. All right, I'm going to take, let's see, I can't really reinforce him, so what the heck? What should I do? What should I do? Let's do it. Boom. Hit him pretty well. Not quite enough. So I'm going to bring this garrison over, and I'm going to ship him over there. And that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. This is the Wargaming Guy saying take it easy, and I'll see you later.